How do you gain 1,000 qualified leads without running ads and without hyper editing your videos, all within 5 minutes? That's exactly what I'm going to show you on this video. Now, this alludes to my client, Chris. Now, Chris is a running coach. He used to run for England, got a pretty fast 5K, something under 15 minutes. I don't know the exact time. It was really, really, really quick, okay? So he's got a bit of expertise in this field, like you've got expertise around your area of expertise, right? Now, this is the message that I had of Chris. It was put in the group chat, actually. He said, on a serious note, though, you want to find high impact and low effort content, exactly what I teach. And I'll run you through how that looks in a second. And you can churn out volume. And the reason why we bang on about volume is social media is really competitive. And it's like a boxing match. Imagine if you're somebody who's trying to throw that perfect punch with all your power compared to somebody who's just pinging you, pop, pop, pop. Who's going to win that fight? It's the guy who throws the most punches, right? Not the one who's trying to load up. So that's why we use that approach. It's super competitive in terms of attention on social media right now. People are running ads. Ads are getting more expensive. So the best thing that you can do is just make sure that your face is seen. Of course, provide value. Of course. But the main thing is getting shit out there. He does admit that the job isn't done. He's got a few shit people who come in through the door, which we'll run through how we filter through those in a second. But down the line, when they consume enough of Chris's content, see that he's legit, see his results, they will turn into clients eventually. Cool. So I'll run you through how we kind of skin this cat. In fact, let's take a look at the numbers first. So this is the piece of content. Ugly. Chris, you're not ugly, mate. You're very handsome. But he's just breaking down on a green screen what has gone on with the London Half Marathon. You can see it's got 4.4 million views now, so he's probably got over 1,000 followers on here. So you can see that this has worked. And this is all that we do. So there's two games we can play as experts. And yes, we are content creators. That is a part of our job. So you need to adopt that early on. So game one is the influencer game. Now, the sad thing about the influencer game, it's not built for experts. And typically, it kind of caters to the masses, right? And I know plenty of influencers that are broke. Let's use a red color. They've got no money and they're considering jumping on OnlyFans and they're pretty sad about it, right? That's not the game we're playing. We're playing game number two. You want to be influential because of how good you are and your expertise in your niche. This means you actually build a business, right? This is what we want and earn money doing so. Now, in terms of who we are trying to target with our market, with our marketing, should I say, is there are 4 types of buyers at 4 different levels. So we have different zones. We have the red zone, we have the orange, we have the yellow, and we have the green, right? I'll run you through what all these mean in a second. So at the bottom, these are people who are dying, who are fading out. So these are people who are like, in Chris's niche, for example, going to use the running example, but I want you to apply this to yours. These are people who are not even trying, okay? So the spectators, right? Forget them. We don't want to market to them. Then we have people who are surviving, just about hanging on in there. So this could be people who are part of a run club just for bants, who aren't really about this life, but they think that they are. Nothing against you guys, but this is how we market. Then you've got people who are stalling, people who are actually trying, but don't know next steps. Frustrated. And at the top, we've got people who are thriving and want to get 1% better, okay? You see, now that you think about it, and hopefully you are thinking about it, these people at the top are the people who are primed because they are willing to put the effort in to get a result. I'm sure, and I've been there before myself, where we've marketed to these people. We get people who are like, you have to drag through a program, you have to drag through your mentoring, coaching, or your consulting, and they cost you time and they don't even get a result. These people at the top, get a better ROI, implement faster, and pay more money. These are the ones we want. So using Chris's example, like if somebody is prepping for an ultra marathon, the extreme version of what he does, they are going to pay a lot of money to a coach compared to somebody who's just sitting on the sofa who's going to do a couch to 5K. Do you understand? Same niche, but we're looking vertically at the clientele. So what we've done with Chris's marketing is we have focused it here. And he's getting calls booked every day, every week. Clients sign up every week. And that's how we're winning with Chris. Now, what we've done with Chris, this is just one of the strategies. This isn't the whole play. We need eyes on Chris's page, new leads without running ads because he's not at that level yet, which is absolutely fine. So one of the strategies that we use is we pick 5 trending topics in niche. So this requires you to stay up to date. Cool. We then green screen. And all we do is, this is meant to be a microphone, by the way, don't get any funny ideas. We then commentate on the thing. That is all that we do. Nothing else. Let's call it that in. Because what that does is you give your opinion, it then shows you as an expert. And because you are an expert, you get follows from qualified leads. And what does that mean? You have people that are going to eventually become customers and you're happy, right? So that's the entire play. This is one of the plays that we have. This is one of the top of funnel plays. But this is one of the ways that we get qualified people coming into your ecosystem, not people who are just there for bants. And you know for a fact, if somebody's following Chris, who's a running coach, and he's talking and showcasing expertise, they're going to be landing in these sections here. They're either going to be stalling or thriving. And like I said, they are willing to pay more money because they know there's going to be a better ROI. And when Chris gets that result and he does a case study, his brand grows. So I hope you found that useful. Just to let you know, I've got a couple spots left on this, May's intake. If you want the full details, message me on Instagram with the words I'm in. Let's go with that. Words I'm in. I'll fire over the details. The price is on there. If you want to move forward, we can. If not, cool. We can always reconvene at a later date. Yeah, apart from that, I'm done for today. It's late. It's like 8:30. Had a long day. I'll catch you soon.